Alright, future engineers, we are going to be getting started with Inventor. We're going to do our first lessons in Inventor and on our way to becoming engineers. So here we go. Here's what you need to know. If you see red text, stop, and you need to take notes. If you see green text, that means go and do what it says. If you see black text, well, you read it and learn. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to get started with opening an IPT file. Okay, so let's take a look at that. So what we're going to do is you can follow these instructions here. So you click on the, if you look at the bottom corner of your computer, you're going to see this, it's not here, but there's the start menu. Click on that and type in Inventor, find Inventor and open it, and you're going to have an application that looks a little something like this. We're going to click get started, and we're going to click on open, and you have to navigate to the folder we're going to go to. So if you look in the assignments folder, find Rocket and find the finished rocket example, and I want you to double click on the nosecone.ipt. I'm going to click open. I'm going to hit cancel because I already have it open. So let's click on this. Alright, so once you get this thing open, you can see that it is a single part. Eventually there's going to be more to it, more to the rocket. But what I want you to do is play around with it. So you can click on the free orbit tool. Okay, so click on that, and you can use the arrow keys on your keyboard and figure out where you want the center point. And then once you do that, you can click and drag it around, release, click, drag it around. Just kind of play around with it. Look, you can see it's hollow. So this is actually a pretty good little rocket nose cone that this guy made. Okay, so there's that. Let's go back to the PowerPoint slide. So you do that, play around with it, and then get back to my PowerPoint slideshow. So let's see what we're learning here. Okay, so what's next? Okay, so what we just looked at is an IPT file. Okay, that stands for Inventor Part. Okay, so it's a single part that will go into a larger assembly. An assembly, you write this, by the way, this is red, you got to write this down. So an assembly is multiple parts that go together to make a bigger project. Okay, all right, so oh, we already did all this. Anyway, well, there it is for you. Okay, opening. So now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to open an IAM file. Alright, so let's do that. So let's go to Inventor. Oh, here we go. By the way, write this down. An IAM file is an Inventor Assembly file. So it's multiple parts put together to make something useful like a rocket. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to go to Illustrator, and you're going to click on, not Illustrator, Inventor. So you're going to click on this, and you're going to go to open. This is another way to get you right back to the same dialog box, and we're going to open up the right there, small rocket IAM. Okay, and click open. Okay, and so there it is there. So if you look, so what this guy has done is he's made multiple parts. So he made a nose cone, he made fins, he made the tube, and then he made some other parts here, and he put them together in an assembly. So do the same thing. You can play around with it. So click on this thing, and you can rotate it. You can rotate it around and take a look at this rocket, see how they did. Okay. Oh, look at that. Parts disappear. Interesting. Cool. Okay. So play around with that. Take a look at that. Write those notes down. Okay, let's keep going. Alright, play around with the assembly of the rocket. We already did that. Alright, opening a DWG file. Alright, at some point, the people have to actually build this thing. Okay, so a DWG file is a 2D, two-dimensional drawing, but it shows how to put the thing together. So when people are you know, pumping these things out and then trying to build them. So let's take a look at what that looks like. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go to open, and we're going to go ahead and open and we want to open up the dog file. Okay, so click on that, click open, and what that looks like is you can see it's a schematic of how to build it and buy it and all that stuff. Okay, so it helps somebody assemble it, showing the angles of how to assemble it. Okay, alright, let's go back to the PowerPoint. Take these notes here, please, on paper. Okay, so closing a file. So we've explored the different file types. We've explored how to kind of look around at existing stuff. Okay, so now we're going to close the existing files. All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to click on this. You're going to go to Close. And we're going to close these existing files. The other way you could do it too is just click on these X's. That's another way to do it as well. Okay, so there we are. I think that is part 1. I'll go ahead and go on to part 2. Let's